building the wall and trying to figure out who they are to build it. That if they build this wall, that foxes can easily come and penetrate it. Who gave them permission to build this wall? Who gave them the power and the knowledge to come and build this wall? And Nehemiah, notice he doesn't go and fight them, because they actually seek to try to threaten them and try to harm them. But he goes in prayer. And I believe in the spirit of Nehemiah, if you're going to do the work, you have to be grounded in prayer. It is no good trying to build something up if you're not hooked up to the one who's giving the vision. If you're not hooked up to the one that's giving you the plan. If you're not hooked up to the one who can give you the strength. If you're not hooked up to the one that can give you joy, even in the midst of the process. He goes and he prays to God, and God fights on their behalf. And if we're going to continue doing the work for this community, if we're going to continue doing the work for East New York, if we're going to continue being who St. Paul is called to be, we have to be grounded in the life of prayer. We can do a lot of activities, but nothing's going to keep us like prayer. We can show up on Sunday in our best dressed outfits, but nothing's going to keep us like prayer, because prayer channels you in to God. Prayer grounds you when chaos is going around. Prayer allows you to be in the eye of the storm instead of being caught up in its winds. It is prayer that will allow you to know how to walk on the water. It is prayer that will help you to be able to walk through the fire. It is prayer that reminds you that God is with you. So he goes and he prays, and after this encounter, then it comes into about where the city is now having issues inside of it, because now they're experiencing interest on taxes. They're being highly taxed, and now here they come to Nehemiah, because Nehemiah wasn't only a prophet, but he was a governor. Which I think is important to speak even to our politicians of today, that don't just come to us when you just want our vote.
That's it.
And don't do nothing for our people. You have to make sure that you live up to what your title entails. Here, Nehemiah actually goes to the leaders and presses and advocates for the oppressed and tells them the release of the taxes and to help release even the food and the water allowance that they have restricted for them, even to the point that he chose to remove his own allowance so that they can have a partake in. And sometimes I believe even for you, Pastor, people don't understand how much you restrict your own allowance so other people can have life. Even in this moment, I'm grateful because you can simply be up here preaching, but you permit me to have the allowance to stand here and preach on this morning. And because of that, sometimes you don't get all the recognition. Sometimes people don't know what you're doing behind closed doors. Sometimes people are just hating because of what you used to be, rather than giving you space to grow and be who God is designing you to be today. And it is because of those moments that Nehemiah was then persecuted again. So now this brings us to chapter 6. Here in chapter 6, Nehemiah is doing the work, and Sanballat and them find out that now the wall has been built in a matter of 52 days. But notice that this time they are coming for the leader.
Yes.
Before in chapter 4, they were trying to oppose the work and come against the workers. But now they're coming for the leader. And what God showed me in that is oftentimes when the enemy can get to the people, it will come after the leader.
That's right.
Because if the enemy can remove the leader, then it makes it easier for the enemy to penetrate the camp of where the workers may be. So here they come trying to put on the face, tell them, hey, how about we meet in Ono? And that should be a cue for all of us who experience a valley of Ono. Because when we go to a valley of Ono, historically it lies halfway between Samaria and Judah. So symbolically they were trying to tell them, we'll meet you halfway to sort of help you be and do what God has given you. But he had discernment and knew that they were trying to harm him. Can I encourage somebody to know that when you in your valley of Ono, there should be a discernment of saying, oh no. Because you should know that anytime you're in your valley of Ono, people sometimes will be smiling in your face, praying for your downfall. There are people who will act They want to help build up the work that you're doing, when in actuality they want to see you fail. They want to see your work fall. They don't want to see it come to fruition. And here he was in Ono and told him simply, I can't come down. And I think this is very important for us as a people, because notice he is telling them, I can't come down because I'm doing a great work.
That's right.
See, if you're going to do a great work, you have to be able to say no to some things. Yeah. You have to be able to say no to lesser things because of the great work God has given you. So he tells them, I can't come down because I'm doing a great work. And it is because of this great work I can't come down, because even for us as a people, we have to sometimes let people know that if I'm doing a work that God calls me to be up here, I don't have time to come down to your foolishness. Because I'm doing a great work up here, I don't have time to come and be at every little meeting.
Yeah,
I don't have time to come to be at every little party. I don't have time to come down and attend to every little thing, because sometimes I believe, Pastor, we don't understand that though you may not show up, sometimes you are still on your knees praying for us. Sometimes you may not stand up with us in everything, but you are still praying for us. I don't know about anybody else, but I'd rather have my leader praying for me than trying to show up to everything. So here he is, understanding in the work, telling them I can't come down because I'm doing a great work. And I believe he tells them he's doing a great work because for us, we have to ensure that when you are doing a great work, it also requires you not to give attention to lesser things. And there are many examples of this throughout the Bible where great work is happening. Noah was working on the ark for days, and here he is trying to obey the word that God has given him, because a flood is coming. And day in and day out, they're saying, Noah, the flood hasn't came yet. But Noah still keeps going and saying, I'm doing a great work. They're saying, Noah, it's been 2 years and the flood still hasn't come. And he's telling them, I can't come down. And here it is 5 years later, 10 years later, 20 years later, 30 years later, 90 years later, finally 100 years. And they're saying, Noah, no flood has come. And he's saying, I can't come down.
Yeah.
And then a flood comes, and then they want to say, Noah, let us up. But he's saying, I can't come down because I attended to the work God has given me. But there's even somebody greater. I believe that old black brother from Bethlehem, that brother by the name of Jesus, who chose to come down from heaven and be among us. Here was Jesus walking among the earth, constantly doing miracles. And even when the Pharisees trying to remind him that no healings can happen on the Sabbath, Jesus saying, I'm doing a great work, for the Sabbath is not made for me, but it was made for man. Jesus going around town giving sight to the blind brother, and they said, Jesus, who sinned? Was it his mother or his father? He said, neither has sinned. It was so that God can be glorified. I can't come down to your level of understanding. I need you to come up to my revelation. And even as Jesus kept on pressing, as Jesus kept on moving, even up to the cross, they were trying to tell Jesus, how about you come down? But Jesus said, I can't come down, because if I come down, your salvation is at stake. If I come down, your healing is at stake. If I come down, your deliverance is at stake. If I come down, your breakthrough is at stake. And he said, I can't come down because I'm doing a great work. Though I may be on this cross, I'm doing a great work. Though I may be held high, I'm doing a great work. And even when they put him in the grave, he said, I still can't come down. And he rose with all power in his hand. Beloved, know that you can't come down for the work that God has given you. You can't come down for what God has called you, but you have to live up to the promise, live up to the work, live up to the call, because you have great work to do.
Come on.
And it's because of that great work, as I close, that great work that reminds us to keep going. I want us to take from today, as I said in the beginning, not just looking at the work, but the spirit. The spirit of Nehemiah that says, I can't come down because I'm doing a great work. So St. Paul, let's continue to persist. Let's continue to stay determined. Though we celebrate 91 years, there are many more years to come.
Beautiful.
And Pastor, though you are in your 50th birthday, there are many more years to come. Though you're in your 9th anniversary, there are many more years to come. And know that you can't come down because East New York is depending on you. And St. Paul is depending on you.
Beautiful.
So continue doing the great work that God has called you to do. God bless you, St. Paul.